Hi there, everybody. Jeanne Casteen here with Secular AZ. I just wanted to let everybody know about a little initiative that we have going on right now. And while we are continuing to work in our coalition groups to lobby at the Capitol, we are also expanding to lobby at our local school boards. School boards are where white Christian nationalists, especially in 2020 and 2022, have started to take over on local school boards. And one of the newest trends that we're seeing is that these folks are coming in, being sworn in the beginning of January, to almost immediately fire their superintendents. This happens all across the United States, but most recently it happened earlier this week at the Casa Grande Union High School District, where they have what could be considered a 2-3 or a 2-2-1 board, meaning that there's 5 members on the board and you've got a divided board in one way or another. Well, this week, the Casa Grande Union High School District Board decided in a 3-2 vote to fire without cause their current superintendent, Dr. Battle, who is a Black woman. And they didn't give any real reasons as to why. People showed up at this meeting. They demanded some kind of commentary to figure out what the heck was going on, and they didn't get it. I mean, the local school board is the heart of our democracy. And that is where folks should be showing up to share their concerns about things that are going on in the district. My big concern is that with this movement to fire superintendents, it opens communities and school districts up to all kinds of problems. First of all, it is fiscally irresponsible to fire a superintendent without cause, because do you know what ends up happening? They end up paying several $100,000s for the severance package. That is not good stewardship of taxpayer dollars. It also makes it more difficult for school districts to find a replacement superintendent. I know in my conversations with superintendents across the state and across the country, they first take a look at their school board to determine whether they want to join that organization. If there's a school board out there who's acting in a manner that is extreme, they won't do it. We don't just have a teacher retention crisis here in Arizona and across the United States. We have an administrator retention crisis. Principals don't want to take jobs because at some point they might receive death threats or have people camped out. Or in one case, I believe there was even threats of kidnapping a principal in a local school. So this has a chilling effect, not only for the talent and the people who've worked so hard to cultivate that talent, but it also has a chilling effect on the outcomes for our students. Make no mistake, these folks are running for their school board seats to dismantle the public schools from within. They're being supported by groups like Turning Point USA, Purple for Parents, Liberty Moms, you name it, and that's who is supporting them. These are folks who support my and your taxpayer dollars going to private schools in Arizona, where, by the way, Senator Christine Marsh had a bill that was supposed to be in committee yesterday that would mandate that private school educators, staff, faculty, etc., would have to get a fingerprint clearance card, which is standard operating procedure for public school employees. Now, why on earth would that be removed from the party who says they care so much about protecting kids that they want to shut down, drag shows? So I encourage all of you to reach out. We have a form online for you to fill out if you're interested in supporting your local school board members to stop this kind of white Christian nationalism happening at our school boards. And we would love to hear what's happening in your community. And we would love for you to be the person to step up in your community and support those school board members. Because That's how we build a bench. That's how we get folks into the legislature. That's how we combat white Christian nationalism. And from my experience as a former school board member, I know that when people show up and give their public comments, you can change the hearts and minds of the people that are sitting on the other side of the dais. So, if you want to help us, you can go to secularaz.org, sign up for our action alerts, sign up to volunteer, and I hope everybody has a great weekend.